Years.
2 years. Wow. Now, is this design specifically unique to just to your team, or are you the only ones making this drone, or are there many other teams that use the same principles as you guys do?
Actually, previous of our research, there was one team who researched about the concept of only one team who studied about concept.
Now, I noticed that along with the unique shape of this drone, there is a bit of a noise that comes out of this drone. Is it possible to make this drone more quiet?
Actually, the problem of our vehicle that we try to fix it by using another material or another structure, but it happens because the size of the drone is not suitable to our drone now. So we make it smaller to competition. Actually, the drone must be bigger than this. But because of the competition, we make it smaller. Then we have to use the low weight material. So it becomes more vibration.
Oh, vibration because of the material. I see. Okay, that makes sense. Now, right now it's being remotely controlled. It's very smooth in its flight pattern.
Yeah, but just before for competition, we study about bigger size drone, but we try to make it. And as you heard it from Professor Moon, it is very important to make the curvature because the laminar floor is the most important point of our drone. Then we try to find the most comfortable, most stable curvature, which makes laminar floor. Because when the laminar floor makes the other air near the drone, start to draw to our drone, then it makes much more flight power.
Can you also explain to us some of the components you guys use on the drone? Like I noticed that in your profile, you guys talk about a PX4 flow sensor, USB cam. What else do you use on this drone?
Actually, we spend too much time to our structure, so we couldn't make the kind of controller. So we just use a Mobius camera, which for the FPV racing camera. So just recording now.
Now, are these Kawanda drones built for speed? Can they go very fast compared to a quad rotor?
I think it's not our strength point. I think our strength point is the safety. As you see our structure, there is no exposed propeller. So it's much safer than quadcopter. So we think it's much user-friendly drone. So
what is the body frame? What is it made out of?
It's kind of styrofoam. It's kind of styrofoam.
A styrofoam.
Sorry for my English.
Okay, that's great. So now we've pretty much cleared about 10 gates so far. Will you be attempting to go through the rotating dial?
Oh, I think it will be quite hard because, as I told you, the size is not that suitable for our drone. So now it's not that perfect.
What other advantages would you have using a Kawanda drone? You said it's safer, the structure. Anything else?
I think the biggest problem of these days drone, for example, quadcopter, is the flight efficiency. But as I told you, when we make a laminar floor in our structure, it starts to draw the other flow, so we can increase the flow amount, so we can increase the flight duration. So I think the flight time can be our strength compared with another quadcopter.
Gotcha. Very good, very good. Now, every time it crashes, I notice that there's minimal damage.
Just before that, I told you there is no exposed propeller in our structure. So when you see it fly, sometimes it crashes to the obstacle, but it can still fly. But when you see the other drone, they have extra the structure to guard it. But we don't have to spend our weight for extra things because our structure itself is round and we think it's much safer.
Safer, okay. Now, how would the Kawanda effect drone, how would it perform during windy conditions? Is it stable?
It's a weakness of our drone, so we think it can be used for indoor drone. Yeah.
So like with what Mr. Hyung-pil mentioned earlier, for like rescue efforts, Kawanda drone may not be the ideal drone for those kind of situations, yes?
Korean.
So what would be the ideal application for a Kawanda drone?
We think we can make it for much bigger and increase our flight time because
They are Chinese.
when the drone becomes bigger, it can make much more flight power. So we think it can fly 2 times more than usual drone. So
2 times more as in 2 times longer, faster? What do you mean by 2 times more?
2 times longer. It means flight duration. Yeah. So I think we can use it for like broadcasting the sports like soccer. But these days we have to use. I think I have to fix it. So
They are
sorry.
Chinese. The red piece. Girls.
Okay, this team will be attending to the replacing of the battery here, so stay tuned, bear with us for a little bit while we take care of the battery issue.
Come here. Come here. Oh. Korean. Come here.
Somehow but I think it's a bit prone to snagging.
이동준 교수님, 아까 이동준 교수님이 계셨는데, 송재목 교수님, 잠깐만 이쪽으로 와주시겠어요?
Here we go again. Now, you had mentioned that a potential application for the Kawanda drone would be to maybe do some coverage of soccer games. So how would that work?
But we just stopped for our competition because me and my senior think it is a good chance to show our drone. So we concentrate on making the coverage for competition, but we are still thinking and we try to think another ways like helium gas. But we have a lot of space in our drone, so we think we can include the helium gas into our drone. So helium gas.
Oh, helium gas. Oh, for more buoyancy in the air. And then would you be able to also add a camera on the bottom to cover, to give aerial view?
Of course.
Now, ideally, it'd be really cool. Do you have a camera that's actually attached now, or is that possible at the moment?
Just now, I removed the camera because we start to use the bigger battery because we have only one small battery now. So I think the height can be the problem. So I just removed the camera, but just before that, it was a camera inside our drone.
What is your average duration time of flight duration time using the biggest battery?
Biggest battery, I think it will be around 7 to 9 minutes because the drone, as I told you, the size is not suitable for the smaller one. So I think it can be increased dramatically when it becomes bigger.
Now, is your team continually developing this technology at your school?
Yeah, of course.
Is this something that you plan to do for a very long time in the future, as far as professionally as well?
Yeah, I think so. Because at first we couldn't see the increase of the flight power, but we start to make it again and again. And we have our 3D printer, so we make our drone with a 3D printer. So we have a lot of chance to change our curvature. Then finally we find the cover shape, and then we make it.
Wow, so this entire drone was actually created off using a 3D printer.
Yeah, of course. All the frames are 3D printed.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. And then just seeing how it is currently navigating around the spiral is very smooth and very stable.
We also spend a lot of time to make suitable fin and flap. The Professor Moon already explained it. We need flap and fin for roll pitch yaw control. And then the suitable size and the position was really important because the other drone, they just control the power of the propeller, but we have to control the flow of the air. So it was really hard time to find the suitable position and size.
Very interesting. So what are your thoughts about what you see here, the Coanda drone?
I think it's fantastic. So it looks very special, like a bit like a UFO. And the reason is it uses a special aerodynamic effect in order to fly. So it has like a ducted part on the top, and then it has the shape that you see, and the air goes past it. And so for creating lift, it's actually pretty efficient. But the typical disadvantage is that it's extremely hard to control. And so you see that they have some flaps, the white flaps, they have it on 4 sides, and then they have the tiny black flaps.
Yeah, they did a little the fins.
So I'm really amazed that this flies. I think it's an enormous performance. So some people are perhaps thinking, okay, it's manually controlled,
right.
But it's controllable. That's what you should be thinking.
That's true. That's true. And it was quite stable during its flight path as well.
Yeah. So I'm very impressed by it. Of course, to make it autonomous then is really another step.
That's a whole different story, right?
But to control it is a huge challenge. So actually, I was talking about the IMAP earlier. I think if they showed this there's a lot of aerospace people coming there as well.
Okay.
They would be incredibly impressed with this system.
Very cool. Now, in an international community like this, the fact that everyone's sharing information, all the more so, I think this could be a great platform for them to be here and to showcase what they have.
And the nice thing is that, so what kind of drone do you typically see? So you see the 4-rotor drone, right? The quad rotor.
Right.
And now, why is that? It's because with the current sensors, it's actually pretty easy for groups to use it. It's very easy to produce. There's acoustics, 4 motors,
자기가 저 하이스를 갔다 올 때 이것도 잠깐만 잡고 있었을 때
어디 촬영을 해야 돼요? 아니면
촬영하고 싶으시면 제가 시작하는 곳에 가서 하시면 되고 아니면 그냥 주변에 하셔도 돼요.
안에 들어가면 안전모 써야죠.
안에까지 가지 마시고 저 입구에 의자 제가 갖다 놨거든요. 거기 앉아보시면 돼요. 제가 레이너 찍고 있기 때문에 저희는 그냥
이게 카메라하고 연결돼 있어요? 카메 저쪽 안에
아니 이거는 따로 하는 거 따로.
Yeah, so well, I think you have enough service to put cameras also on the ground. Also at the top. So I don't think that's a problem. I would probably more. Because the advantage, like it is a good, that's what actually the point I was trying to get to was, it could be that this platform has some huge advantage for some other tasks. As for example, there's also this one, if it touches the wall, it will not crash. It's the same thing with flapping wings, for example. The flapping wings is also not ordinary. And the reason is because it's very difficult to just make it fly. But if you can make it fly, then if they hover, they can hover, they can fly slowly, and they can fly very fast. And the thing is, if it flies fast, it also flies for a long, long time because the aerodynamics help. Yeah, the efficiency. So, for example, our Delphi is 16 grams. It can hover for 10 minutes, but it can fly forward for half an hour. Oh wow! 16 grams.
Weight is going to make a big impact.
Yeah, it's way better than what we reach with small photos, small photos. And that's the same for this design. So I think this design will also be more efficient. It will be better able to handle obstacles. And yeah, so.
And able to maybe handle some loss and loses on the way as well.
Exactly.
Now I think their demonstration is over now. Let's give them big hands. Team Panda, University. So we will have a 10-minute break, and the next competitor, contestant, Team Per from Kaiser, will begin their challenge on 2:30 p.m. here. Thank you.
불러달라고 했어요.
一共有5个队，有2个队弃赛了，飞机撞坏。
他们这个飞机
还没上来。
Okay, now the team Kurt from KAIS is ready to launch their drone, autonomous drone. Okay, on my mark. Give me a signal whenever you're ready. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, here we go. First attempt. We have a from Team KAIS. We noticed that you guys are part of the USRG, the Unmanned System Research Group. How many people are in your group?
We have 10 PhD students and 10 civil students.
Well, it's quite a team.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, all of you guys in the same field?
Actually, our lab name stands for Unmanned System, and we also, in this way, we are research on the not only unmanned aerial vehicle, but also unmanned car and robotics too. Robotics.
Robotics also. Great, great. Now, let's see here. Now I understand your background and what you're comprised of. How long has your team been working with drones? For USRG, we've been working for 10 years. For this competition, we prepared for
3, 2, 1,
so
go.
6 months you guys developed this, yes? Now, is this drone completely customized by you guys? As in, like, everything is pretty much put together by your team?
For the frame, it's manufactured by the DFI, but the entire system is
Developed by your team. Great. Now, notice that for some of the parts you guys use, you guys have a stereo camera, RGB cam, you have a Q1 video processor, optical flow sensor, a 1D LiDAR for distance measurement sensor.
Yes, sir. For the sensors, to detect the obstacles, we have the stereo camera and depth sensor to mutual complementary, so they can get more information and complex information to process all the obstacles. For the height and velocity, there is a
On my mark,
there is
3,
a LiDAR
2,
sensor
One,
the height
go.
and the optical flow to calculate the velocity, so the vehicle itself will know where its position is.
How do you guys actually execute the QR code section? How do you guys execute the QR code section?
So we are not using the QR sensor, we are using the basically giving map information and the enduring heading, just like a camera.
How about obstacle penetration? How is that executed? Obstacle penetration.
手里别的有，但是还有一个 camera 就是一个协作的吧。
So for the optical penetration, when it's far, the vehicle will approach it really quickly. But whenever it gets closer, it will slow down so it can get through it in a safer way.
So actually, it accelerates towards the gate, but once it gets close to the gate, it slows down and it calculates again and then goes through safely. And stability, yes. Okay, very good. Now, what do you or your team think about today's obstacle? Is it difficult, relatively easy? What do you guys think?
It's almost impossible to go full autonomous.
What will be the most challenging portion of this course for you guys?
The hardest part is probably the moving the obstacle there, right there in the middle of the.
You mean the dynamic? Okay, gotcha. Three, two,
Because
one,
of the information
go.
given, that's why the competition is doable. Without it, probably impossible.
Okay, so now, this is your third attempt so far. Let's take a look and see how you guys do. Now, again, the first 3 gates are open gates.
화장실 간다고 했는데 그걸 올 것 같아요.
And it's finally past the first open gate. Notice how it's actually accelerates a little bit until it gets close to the open gate. And it slows down a little bit before it actually penetrates. There we go. Pass through the second open gate successfully. And rounds out the third. Very nice. The fourth, so far very easy. So far very seamless so far. And now we'll put the first closed gate. There we go. Wow, so far very good. Okay, thinking that the loop around the corner. Make the correct height adjustments as it's going. Oh, and the 2 dropping down. Okay. So you were able to actually pass through the open gates quite easily and 2 of the closed gates. Three, two, one, go. Not the course, but the most difficult part of the entire activity.
So because there's no GPS system in the door, so it's really hard to tell where the actual vehicle is and where the vehicle is located. That will be the hardest part in this competition.
So is there any localization happening at all?
3, 2, 1, go.
So we are using the information
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
The question is, are you guys using the QR scanner now?
So we're already using the map information that explains about where the L sectors are and the drone heading. So that's the information that we're given. That's the information
because QR code, the place of QR code is beside of obstacle. It is that drone camera can detect the QR code in the farthest distance. But when the drone passes through the obstacle, the camera can't see the QR code because the camera focuses on the center of the obstacle. So we just use our boundary of the obstacle, not use the QR code now.
Oh, wow. Okay, so it was able to cross 9 gates before crashing out. We're not sure what the extent of the damage is at the moment, but
so the rule is that we can fix the drone for the given time. So they still have have 19 minutes. It seems like they lost one train, but still they try to fix the robot as quickly as possible, and they must have prepared the propeller, and they're working on it. Hopefully they can make the robot alive and do the trial again.
it's almost like a
Oh yeah, it is so. Yeah, it depends on how quickly you can change the tires. Yes, they are the engineers and also the programmers too. Yes, that is true. Maybe next time we should organize, we measure how soon or how quickly they can change the parts.
Now, I just seen all these spare parts they have on hand, so we definitely prepared.
Sure, we actually expect this kind of happening. Because of that, we installed the gates or obstacles very grounded with screws. So the frames are made of steel so that no actual crash happens, falling down happens. As you see, the gates are aligned, so if one thing falls, it's like becoming domino. That was one thing that I worried about when I designed it. And the company that installed this manufacturer did actually a great job installing all the gates within given short notice in a short time.
Very good. We definitely very sturdy. And so let's see what
They changed the one blade to one lower fix already, and then they are now trying to fix the frame, which is the cover of the rotor, which is supposedly protect the propeller.
Now, even though they are bumper guards around it, unlike one is completely insulated where it's not, it's surrounded.
Yes. So from the very strong point, already as mentioned before, the Honda drone is very strong or has a very advantage against the collision or touch. So one time I talked to the purpose decision team who organized this live streaming at the UNLV. We discussed about using this Honda robot for human-robot interaction. That kind of would be interesting. For example, purpose decision team is based on the Las Vegas, whose major business is the entertainment. So there are a lot of interesting shows, and I actually saw that there is only a little robot, very small number of robots are used in the show during the show. The show that I know that use the robot,
one is the Beatles show.
네.
They have a
힘들지,
little
이거?
mobile robot connected to each other
그리고
and just
있으니까.
running with the remote.
그렇죠, 힘들죠 이거.
Which is not autonomous robot. And there's one show, there's a big robot kneeling down, looking down,
아예 시작 안 했죠, 한 번도.
shaking or waving the
이거 봐,
arm.
날아다니는 거 시작 안
And
했죠.
the dancers do the
했다고요?
instrument.
다른 팀 넘어간 거 그래서?
moving on.
부서졌어요?
Huge robot looking object.
아 진짜?
So there is no actually interesting robot used in the show in Las Vegas. But if the human performance can do some interesting magic, for example, or some other interesting agility motion with the human, this kind of robot or the Panda robot, this is going to be a great show, I think.
Yeah, I mean, what kind of practical applications do you think could be used with the Coanda drone, for example?
So the Panda drone has a great advantage that it has vacant inside. So if you look at the drone, the quadrupter robot, then there is not much place you can place your robot arm. If you put the robot arm below, then when it catches something and it sticks to something, then it becomes inverted pendulum. So it became dynamically unstable. Right. So the robot drone with the arm attached to it, if you do the manipulation with it, the dynamic stability becomes a difficult problem, and because of that, there is some research issues. But and then the distribution of the inertia and change of the inertia actually changed a lot of dynamics of the drone, and which is true for the Panda robot, but it has protected inside of the body.
That's right.
Right. So it can be protected from such a collision that you saw just before. Still, the robot arm and robot can be saved.
Right. And you saw when the Coanda drone crashed.
평균관 대학교는 벌써 끝났어요? 평균관 대학교는 벌써 끝났어요?
네,
왜요? 우와, 진짜요?
Flexible, so it's just
이건 말고 한지 얼마나
Gotcha.
저만큼 지난 거지요?
I guess it's almost
아니 지금 고치고 있는 중 해도
all
시간이
the
지나네.
propellers installed properly, all the frames are installed properly.
So I think about
이거는 많이 가셨어요?
5.5 minutes to go through this.
Yeah, compared to the F1 racer changing the tires a very longer time, but still, yeah, they make it within time.
진짜 그것도 좀 갔네 그래도.
이게 더 잘하는데 원래.
사고였다.
Raise that on there, and
이게 마지막 팀 아니에요?
bump around it.
한 개 더
There you
남았어요?
go.
미쳤다.
이게 두 번째 팀이잖아.
Alright, guys.
Okay, double check.
총 세 팀이라고 하지 않았어요? 그러니까 총 세 팀이라고 했는데? 그러니까 총중간 이거 그리고 처음
So now, manually try if everything is running.
The safety run check on this. I mean, we have about 13 minutes left. There's plenty of time for several more runs, so definitely need to rush.
So hopefully it is correctly put together.
안 돼?
Okay, there is this connection.
이거 누가 했었어? 같이.
Okay, how's it going? Anybody can tell? Okay, so what they are doing now is that because they replaced the frame, they need to adjust the frame the position. So they are a little bit very fine adjustment.
Okay, fine adjustments.
Because once the body is twisted and the body mass center location is changed, and that affects the motion of the robot. So they want to make sure that they're getting the right position.
Now that wouldn't affect calibration at all, right?
I hope so. Yeah, because the feedback control, in the first run, we discussed about the feedback control. What's the difference between the feedback control and the feedforward control?
Right.
So feedback control actually should take care of those a little bit difference in the system setting.
Alright, like a moment away from the next chance.
Ready?
I think they're ready. Let's give them big hands. Let's do it again. Okay, on my mark. 3, 2, 1, go.
And it's up.
It is alive again.
Right. Second time. And here we go. Sensing as the person at first gate. Alright, great. The first two successfully.
So close.
At the moment, it's tied with Bell, I believe.
Yep, the number of the gate now
It's 10, right?
Right, 10 is time, so now the timing is very important. I wish the judge recorded the time correctly.
That's very exciting.
Yep.
We have a race.
You have race now.
It's a real race,
Very
guys.
exciting. I'm going to explain how the judges send the information between here in the table and in the website here in the inside of the arena.
Okay.
So there are two timing judges wearing the red shirts, two ladies, and they have handheld device measuring the time record of rep time. And then they whenever each gate is the robot is passing each gate, the judge Dr. Jong Hwang from Etri KD. Judges if the robot passed or not according to his mark. Those two ladies click the red button and then that information is sent back to here on the main station when they write down and then record and then display. And so far the KAIST has 8 trial, they reached 10th gate at 1 minute 26.5 seconds.
Wow. Wow, very impressive. Very, very impressive. Wow, we have a race, guys. That's great. 2-horse race.
2 horses. And I'm expecting the other one from the tree.
다 자동으로 해야 되는 거 아니에요? 자동으로?
원래 자동으로 해야 되는데 모르겠어요. 그게 안 돼가지고.
So now the crew again came. Now this time it's a little bit complicated. It's more
지금 뭐야? 이거 어차피 사진빨 전략 그건 아닌데?
They now emergency surgery.
누가요? 지인이 다시 보기로 보세요. 다시 보기로.
If possible, would you guys step down from the stage, the table? Yeah. This is weak. Be careful, this weak. So Team Kurt from KAIST has 6 minutes and about 30 minutes left.
Seems like they're maximizing all the time that they have.
So yeah, when you do the drone, we always expect this kind of accident. I just wish nobody hurts from this. And we had a safety net around the arena, but we don't have the safety net above the arena, and it's open ceiling. So I was kind of worried about it. If any robot just malfunctioning and then just flew up, that could happen actually. It could happen sometimes, but so far no that kind of action actually occurred. So back there comes General Chair Professor Seo Il-hong. Let's clap, give him a big hands. Professor Seo Il-hong, from the General Chair of IROS 2016. Now they also change the battery at this moment, fully charged.
Now, based on the size of this drone, I'd be very curious to see how it would execute the final gauge with the moving needle.
Yeah, the final gauge, the sphere size is 2 meter by 2 meter.
Okay.
And the needle, the turning around is almost 1 meter, but a little bit shorter, and maybe a little bit shorter. So there is plenty of room when you are correct about the speed.
Yeah, unlike the math lab, which is quite small, we talked about earlier how that could actually potentially knock the corner without even coming close to the needle, but in this case here, it's a bit too big for that.
Yep. Okay, so
Here we go.
One test run to the check.
System check. There we go, back up the line. Alright, here we go again. Alright, 4 minutes left now, 4 minutes left. Will they be able to surpass 11 gates? So far 10, tied with MATLAB.
I'm only a translator. I don't know.
Yeah, it's really hard to fill up the silence.
I think we're just anxiously anticipating the next trial here. Here we go.
Okay, they're ready. They're back. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, go.
And off. And the last several trials, it's been able to approach the first few gates rather smoothly. And you can do it again.
Yeah, I think so. It's the behavior is very similar to the trial that we made about 810.
Now, most of that
But because of the emergency state, he has to make the robot, he has to take the control right away. So that's why he's right there. He's ready for taking over control of this.
There we go again. A little bit over 2 minutes left for Team Heist. Bring it back, okay. Let's see how many more they can squeeze in the next. Under 2 minutes now, under 2 minutes. Alright, here we go.
Okay, on my mark. 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright guys, let's see what we can do on the last attempt. And it goes. Okay. And there you go, guys. As far as gate completion, it's completed 10 as Matt did, but we haven't completed times for the 10 gates yet, so we'll find that out pretty soon.